Hello everybody and welcome to another Conqueror's Blade video, and today we're just going to go straight back into another battle. I've just come back from watching the Euro Championships in football. If anyone's interested, I've just watched England beat Croatia 1-0, so I'm ready, I'm hyped, I'm pumped up and ready to get into battle. So here we are at the Shield of the Capital. Now I've never actually done a battle here at all. This is the first time I've actually fought here, or attacking or defending, so I'm not really sure what's coming. I'm just going to go with the flow. It seems there's only 1 point and it looks like it's in a very boxed in area, just looking at the map here. Yeah, I don't know how hard it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be pretty hard, as it looks like we've only got 2 points of entry from either side of that boxed in area, so we'll see how it goes, and let's just begin and just enjoy our first time on this map. So here we are, the battle for the Shield of the Capital is about to begin. We are attacking, and I'm just looking around here with the cinematic bit here and just really trying to work out where I'm going to attack. I'm thinking one of these siege towers, trying to get one of my serfs on one of the towers, or the battering ram or something. I do manage to get them on the battering ram. I actually don't think I'm going to go through the bottom bit where the battering ram is. I actually think I'm just going to carry on going up the siege towers here, as point A is up there anyway. But I'm just going to give my team another avenue of pushing through by pushing the battering ram forward with my serfs. Anyway, I do shoot with the cannons a little bit, so I'm just going to speed this up for you guys now. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep trying to shoot with the cannon. Maybe just take out these cannons on the wall as I did there. Maybe shoot some troops. I can see some troops over there. I just can't get the angle right. It just seems every time I put it up a little bit higher, it doesn't seem to go where I want it, and when I put it a bit lower, it just hits the wall. So I feel like I'm wasting my time a little bit here. Nothing's really working for me. I don't really want to shoot it there, and I actually take out some allied troops there. A bit of a mistake, so I decided to actually leave it there because I'm doing more bad than good in that situation. So anyway, my serfs have pushed through the gate with the battering ram. So now I'm going to come back here, get some of my spearmen, actually, just one of my cheaper units. I was thinking about doing the pipe militia, but actually I'm just going to go with the spearmen here and just head them up the wall. You know, my cheapest unit. It's just nice to have some units there to push through with and push the enemy forces back. So I'm going to head up one of these siege towers. I actually opt for this right siege tower here purely because it's a bit closer to the point, and I want to just be able to, you know, put as much pressure near the point as I can early on. There is a lot of enemy players here defending it, not too many enemy units. I actually feel like the enemy team's going to have the enemy units stacked on that point, that little point in there to my right. There is some enemy shieldmen there, but currently there's really not too much I could do, so I'm actually going to leave my spearmen here for a second while I attack these enemy players. I'm actually going to just push through that wall a second. I just wanted to have a quick look over. There's a lot of enemy players here. It's literally me versus them at the moment, but I don't really need to push my troops forward at the moment. I'm just applying pressure. I'm actually occupying the attention of around 6 enemy players currently, just for myself, so I'm hoping that my team and my team do push through the other side soon. I do push my spearmen forward just to, you know, put on more pressure. I want the attention of these enemy players, as much of the attention as I can, because I want the my allied players to come through the other side and just catch them off guard a bit as I fall off the wall and actually die from that. I didn't think I was going to die there because I actually landed in the middle of the wall and then landed off, and I really wasn't expected to die there, but that was a silly mistake from me. Not something that I would have wanted to do. I have lost all of my troops as well, so really bad moment there for me. Really silly mistake, but yeah, we're going to just respawn now and go back with some more troops and see if we can push into this point A. As I usually do now these days, I'm not going to take my spear sergeants out until I need them. I like to save my strongest units until the end of the battle, because it makes a hell of a lot of difference when the enemies are really holding with their weaker units, because they've tried to hold this point A with their stronger units. Well, if we do get to the final camp, I will have stronger units than most of the enemies available. So I'm just bringing out my pipe militia now, and I'm just going to push them through here and maybe just do a bit of damage, push through as much as I can, because this is proving quite difficult to get through these choke points here. There's a lot of enemy troops, a lot of enemy players. It's actually quite a difficult one, but luckily the game, as you can see at the top, is still 9 minutes left. It does give you a lot of time to push on to the point, so fair play there. We do have the time. It's not like it's unfair or anything. We have the time, we have the resources available to us. We should be able to do it. Another thing to note about this area in here, though, is the trebuchet strikes really can't access it all that well. You can get through that little hole that you just saw a second ago, that little windowed area on the right hand side, but that's it. Trebuchet strikes really don't actually do too much in this area, so I'm going to try and hold it for the final camp if I can, but as you can see, time is quickly going down. There is 8 minutes and 18 seconds left now, so already 40 seconds and we really haven't got anywhere. We have taken out a few troops. We are going to try and come in here and cause a bit of disruption, but as you can see, I hate that move, as I always say. I have been taken down for about 55 seconds there. I'm somehow still alive, and but I think I am going to die here. Surely there's no way out. I do heal myself and run as fast as I can. I'm actually going to try and clash the shields down the staircase here, and I'm going to try and run away, but there's an enemy player, an enemy mole player to my left of all, so if he gets anywhere near me, I'm getting killed. But I actually managed to run away somewhat. I'm getting up these stairs. I am getting maybe chased. Am I getting chased? No, there's an allied player over there, a friendly face, thank God. So I'm running up this staircase. They did actually chase me on the horse, but they decided not to come after me. So I'm going to just stop somewhere around here, heal up, maybe even go back and get more troops, seeing as my pike military are dead now, and head back. But yeah, very lucky to get out of that situation. I thought I was pretty jammed in. I thought I was pretty stuck, but I managed to get out of it, heal, and run away, thankfully. So anyway, I'm just going to get on my horse, and I actually decide against getting troops now. I've wasted 2 units already. They haven't really done much for me. We are actually taking point A as we speak, so I'm going to try and do some damage with this cannon thing, whatever it is, mortar, I think, a mortar, and just see if I can do any damage at all to these enemy troops trying to get up the staircase. So as you can see, a lot of damage is being done. I'm doing an awful lot of damage there. I am actually taking out a lot of enemy troops, or at least damaging them to make it easier for my team to get through them. So I'm just going to stay here, push through them, hit them as much as I can, and just really apply pressure that way, because at the moment I need my troops, and I really want to save my troops for getting to the final camp, because point A is half taken, and you know what, I'm like, fine, this is good. We are going to take it. I can see the amount of allied troops that we have in there, the amount of allied players we have around the point. I feel like we can do this fairly quickly and fairly easily. As you see, I just look at the shot camera there to see really what is going on. I am doing a lot of damage. I do want to try and take this bowman out here, but then I don't want to push the mortar strike too far into the enemy point, because then I'll be hitting allied troops like I did at the start of this game. So I don't really want to do that, so I'm just trying to pull it back if I can. There is actually a trebuchet strike going in, but as you can see, it just hits the wall. So the trebuchet really isn't that beneficial on this map, as I get taken out by this mole player here, and so does the mortar, so that's gone. And now I feel like really I've either got to stay here without troops and just help out, or go and get troops and make a bit of a difference. I do opt to see if I can help by myself, but currently it's not going to work. My horse is taking so much damage I don't even realise, and I now have to run all the way back to the supply point to get my troops. So another little mistake there for me. So far, not doing too well. Individually, I have done a bit of damage and I have pushed in a little bit, but not really impacted the game as I usually do and as I'd want so far. So I really want to get some troops out now that can make that difference for the team. So I am going to bring these Iron Cap Spearmen out to try and just push forward. They are tanky, they are strong, and they have done very well for me in the past. So I'm going to take them. I'm going to get a new horse. Luckily, I've got 3 horses, but this one has a lot less armor and things like that, speed. So yeah, really, my other horse dying was a pretty big mistake, but it's fine. I've got this one. I can still get around fairly quickly compared to being on foot. But look, as you can see, the enemies have actually taken us out. We now have to regroup and go back to the point, and there's literally 4 minutes and 30 seconds as I jump off the wall again. I'm about to set a new world record, I think. I've jumped off twice. If I jump off again, that'll be 3, 4, 5. I don't know what's going on. I fell off the wall again. I've done it, but if you look at my recent videos as well, previously, I've done that a lot. I've just fell off the wall for whatever reason too many times, and I wasn't even under any pressure there. I just, for some reason, just failed to gauge that there's a wall. next to me. A big drop. So yeah, bad from me. I'm not particularly happy with falling off walls and things like that. I don't like to make little mistakes. I am actually going to think about trebucheting here if I could get any sort of angle, but I decide against it as there is no real angle, and you know, it's not worth it for 1 or 2 strikes to hit. The spear player is trying to kick his spear at us. I just heal up my troops. They'll get back to full health fairly soon, I'm sure. So we're just going to stay here and just apply some pressure. We just need the enemies to be looking at us, because as you can see, behind them there is a lot of my allies pushing in behind them. So I'm just going to keep pushing forward slowly, and now I'm going to get fairly aggressive and bring them even closer forward as my ally does charge with his charging troops here, and we actually do just kill 2 people straight away. So this has been a really good turnaround so far. We are occupying the attention of a lot of enemy players and troops, as our allies behind them, as you can see in the background there, are pushing in as well. So we are pushing them through. We are creating a lot of pressure. There's someone with a cannon behind me now shooting the enemy troops and players, and we're just pushing through as far as we can. As I'm about to fall off the wall again, and I fall off the wall again. It is now a world record, I'm sure. 3 times in the space of about 10 minutes I fell off the wall, and twice I have died because of it. Not happy with these mistakes at all, but again, I just need to stop doing it, really. I'm going to fast forward this, don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch this dead screen for 30 more seconds. So anyway, we are back alive. Hopefully we don't fall off the wall again. I have brought my serfs out instead of my spear sergeants. I am quietly confident that we will take point A. I want to save my strongest troops until the end if I can. It's a very risky move though, seeing as we only have 1 minute and 45 seconds left, but it's a risk I want to take. It's a risk I think I should take, and it has paid off. We do actually take point A, and now I have my strongest troops available for when we reach the enemy's point. So here we are, the last camp. We have 4 minutes and 28 seconds to get to that last camp. Either way here, I think it's going to be a pretty close ending, seeing as there's only 4, as I said, we're around 4 minutes to go, and we're nowhere near the camp yet. No one on my team is. We have really got to push. We need a bit of urgency here. I really want to take this supply point here, because I don't want to have to run all the way back to go and get my spear sergeants. I want to get my spear sergeants at the supply point as fast as I can, so we can push onto that final camp as quickly as possible. So a lot of my allies have the same thought process here. We're all going to try and get this supply point. We push in, and in the end it becomes fairly easy. We kill this poleaxe player here fairly quickly. He's trying to run away. We do get him. We are capturing the supply point, luckily, and now I can get my spear sergeants and really try and push this last point. There is only 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go, and still we are not putting any pressure on the final camp. So we've really got to hope that the enemy team have used all of their good troops and all of their provisions on just trying to defend us on point A. I do believe that's the case. They did keep us on point A for a long time, and we really didn't find it very easy to get through, and that can only mean that they really tried to keep us on that point. But here we are. I am now using my trebuchet strike. I actually saved it for this moment. I played a fairly risky game, but it is paying off. I don't know if the trebuchet is quite in the right spot, but then the enemy player just brings his troops into my trebuchet strike. So I say thank you very much. I will damage your unit. Thank you very much. And there we are. I've just destroyed a fresh unit. I didn't kill too many, but I know I've hurt them. And now I'm really ready to just push through this final camp. So here we are. I'm actually going to bring my spear sergeants around here. I don't want them to get too hurt too early here, so I'm going to let my team just, you know, charge in and bring their troops forward, because I know my spear sergeants are probably a fair bit stronger than the majority of the troops available to my team at the moment. So really what I'm doing is saving the spear sergeants for when we can push onto the point. So I'm not going to push them too aggressively forward. I am going to have them just behind me here as a bit of a foothold, but then I do actually choose to push them slightly forward again. It just makes the enemy retreat. It makes the enemy fall back a bit, and it just applies a bit more pressure. We do have to have a bit of urgency about us. It's because there is only 2 minutes left. My spear sergeants are getting blitzed a little bit now, so I actually bring them back. It's all about protecting these spear sergeants. They are going to be the key to us winning this battle, because we need to get them on the point, because they are strong. They've got a lot of health. They've got good defenses. And if we could just get them onto that point, and as I can see, an allied trebuchet strikers come through. I'm really hoping it doesn't hit any of my spear sergeants. I actually moved them a bit too far forward, and they do get hit, but they're not too bad. They're not too bad. They've still got half of their health. I can heal them a bit, and I'm just now going to very aggressively bring them forward onto the point. So here we are on the point. We are going to try and just push them back. Now we have a set of Iron Cut Spearmen here, but luckily the trebuchet comes through for us, and it is going to... I actually bring my spear sergeant back a little bit this time. The trebuchet is going to absolutely blitz this enemy unit and the enemy players. We look like we're in a really good position, but as you can see, there's a lot of enemy players still alive, and there's only 1 minute to go. This is really going to be tense. As you can see, a lot of enemy troops are coming over the hill now. A lot of enemy players, a lot of enemy forces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my spear sergeants forward into a wall formation, because basically if we can hold those troops and those enemy players off this point here, so they can't actually, so we make it physically impossible for them to stand on the point, it helps a lot more. We can just push them back so they can't run onto the point, and basically we capture it with no real challenge. But as you can see, enemy players are finding a way through. And then the poleaxe player is just running around, jumping around, dodge, ducking, weaving. But we are pushing them off the point. We are holding them back. We are doing some damage. But look at the clock at the top. There's only 17 seconds left. 16, 15. But as you can see, no more enemy players under the point. No more enemy troops. There is only 10 seconds left. But we do manage the victory. What a close battle. There's so many things that happened there that could have led to us losing. But we did it. Well, guys, you got to love battles like that where everything you do counts. Every little push of your own troops you do. Like, if my spear sergeants weren't there, I have a feeling that we wouldn't have won that battle. So I'm very glad that I played the risky game and just held my spear sergeants to the end there, because it could have got pretty bad if they weren't there, and say I had serfs or something there instead, or even the Dementor spearmen. If they were there, they probably would have been pushed through. So I'm very glad I saved the spear sergeants to the end there. Every little thing you do really does matter in Conqueror's Blade, whether every bit of damage. So my trebuchet strike, half healthing a whole unit, things like that, they really do matter. And yeah, I'm very glad that we managed it, and I'm very happy with that result, even though I think my individual performance wasn't as good as it could have been, and as good as it usually is, really, as I fell off the wall 3 times and died twice because of it. But anyway, I'm very happy with the team effort. We managed to win. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.